Hello, everybody. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented to you by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Well, one day closer. U.S. Open week. Here we go. It's getting us fired up. Hopefully, you're fired up, and I know y'all definitely busy. It's the heart of the golf season, so everybody's out doing their thing, and it leads us to where we got coming up here. Next Monday, so about a week now, is a sample session and a kind of a fun hangout night over there at www.thegolfpub.com, where starting about 5:30, I believe, is when we were going to start kicking that off. A free session, and it's the kind of the introduction to the short game challenge. What is the short game challenge, or the red zone challenge? Is its other, common, well-known. Sorry, I got all kinds of things going on here. It's a book that was written, basically, is where it comes from, a long time ago, but it was a fun one, and it really helps with understanding, a much more in-depth approach. I was watching, Bryce, and a couple things I saw with him. He's got lots of stuff out there now, and a lot of it's good. It's not bad at all. There's missing parts for sure. It's hard. It's not easy to put together a video of how-tos for millions and millions and millions of people to view, but he's trying. He's doing a fairly good job for the most part. And so I saw this couple set of, things, and he's talking, and, based off the general technique value of what he's talking about is good stuff, because you're getting a good glimpse at a much broader concept. So you have your chipping, your pitching, your bunker shots, and your putting for the most part. And those are the areas of focus, right? So, but within each area, probably a little less with putting, right? So we got to kind of separate that one slightly. There's then options to choose from each location of how to kind of attempt to go about hitting the shot and getting the result you're seeking. And he breaks it down pretty similar to the way I do for the most part. I kind of call it options. He kind of uses the 3 variable shots, but that's the big key, is that knowing that, okay, if you're in this situation, and if you were given over the course of a season, let's say 10 shots, what percentage of those would end up being what I call converted? So I use conversions ratios as our true measurement value, or minimum, if we didn't take conversion, which would be, getting up and down, right, would be at least then more related to, okay, if I had a circle up there, let's say it's a 10-foot circle or something, from every possible location around the greens, and then within 50 yards or so, let's say, what's your handicap at each location? That tells us the true story and the true understanding and ability of your short game and what you're capable of doing out there. So it's a free night. Come have a free drink with me. We'll chit chat. We'll talk. We'll look at things. We'll whatever. But we're going to put you through a series of 3 tests: a good pitching type scenario, a good chipping type scenario, and a good putting scenario. We're going to take some measurement values. We're just going to look at the general idea of what you got. And one session doesn't tell us everything. So I don't want to make it sound like we're going to have some magical theme come from, but it's a good way to start the process of understanding it. And, this time of the year, a lot of players are playing golf. They don't want to mess up, a lot of their golf swing stuff necessarily. And I can understand that. So what's the area we can really put a lot of focus in on, between those rounds of golf? You're not going to likely change a ton of major ball flight, while you're going through this heart of the season. There ain't no better time than to use the in-between time to focus on the things that can be handled. And a lot of short game technique can be well established and worked on if done correctly. That's probably the key word there. What I see every day when I go out, players prior to their round. Now, I don't mind. If it's just a warm-up session, fine. But the thing that's still missing from the warm-up session is there's no details. There's no measurement. There's no accountability for, am I doing something with my chosen shot from location or options that allows me to increase my percentage of making it within the circle or to convert. So there's still no improvement process in place there. But anyways, this is the time of the year where we can simply take those things and definitely dedicate time easily to go out and put you in a position and define the goal and then measure it and then continue to work on it to get a better handicap. So if you're a 0 because you've got none in the circle, we want to get you at least to a 2 and then to a 4 and then to a 6 and 8 a 10 and so on and so forth. So come on down, join us next Monday night. I was going to confirm the time here just so that I'm not making it up out of my head. What else you got there, folks? But be sure to go to the comments section. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear, what you want to know, all that kind of good stuff. We will absolutely answer whatever questions you got. All you got to do is ask. It's that simple. And yes, Monday night, I'm going to have to double check the time. I'll be there probably at 5 no matter what. But 5:30, I think, was the official start. Anyways, we'll clarify that. Look for it. Go to Twitter at P45KDG. Go to Facebook and look up P45 Knuckle Down Golf or Gmail, P45 Knuckle Down Golf at gmail.com. And then also www.thegolfpub.com. We've got it out there. We got all the information. I've got a fascinating evening coming up. I had a heck of a conversation yesterday with a fella, and I'll probably wait till after I get a more thorough in-person, in-depth conversation established and understanding. But from all I can tell, I feel like this person basically went through a combo, almost a golf swing evaluation / like almost fitting data session, to where they were kind of given a again, it's failing me to come up with a reasonable way to say it, but an evaluation for sure. But then the way I understood it, and this is where I could be wrong, so I'm going to have to come back and clarify later if necessary, but after this quote-unquote evaluation was then sent away with, I guess, some ideas of, what to maybe do or for life of me, I don't understand it, to be honest. And I guess to some degree, was not invited back. I don't know. I could be completely wrong about some of this information. I will find out more today. I'm fascinated to find out what the swing looks like. This player has certainly spent time and effort to become knowledgeable as much as possible, not necessarily to put to action in his own swing, but to certainly learn, understand, and grow with, understanding a lot of the information that's out there. These are fun. Like, to me, this is where it gets fun, because then we get to discuss, break it down, and then use visuals and everything and bring it all together and connect the dots, because the player's struggling with only one main thing. Distance not an issue, and so okay. And scoring is not necessarily like a core goal within the set of things that we're looking for here, but the key word I almost always hear, consistency. So we're going to have to define consistency, and then we're going to have to make it realistic and output expectational compared to swing, and then determine, well, where do we go? And I always have some guesses going in, because I've seen this kind of scenario a few hundred times, and I have a pretty good idea of probably what we're facing. And so we'll dive in and we will determine, you know, what it's going to be. So it's going to be fun. These are the kinds of ones, and I can't wait to learn more about the session and everything else and all this stuff in the past and what this player's been focused on based off YouTube and all kind of stuff. So it's this is what it's all about. These are the players, and these are the kind of players that are also already in the mindset. He said multiple times, I'm not trying to, I'm not expecting this and that. I just want to be able to know what to do, where to go, how to do it. And yep, that's bingo. There's nothing more important than that. That's for sure. So we'll find out. It'll be a fun thing to review at the end, and I'll have some fun highlights from this session. So that'll be later today. And the week is rolling on. Can't wait as we get into the U.S. Open. Have another fun one on Wednesday. Normal lesson on Wednesday morning, and then we roll into the weekend and have another just fast. This is a fun week. I've got 3 very fascinating and very different golfers walking in the door this week. And I will say this. It's incredibly important to know how to approach these players differently based off their, what they're bringing to the table. So you're going to get a different story. You're going to get a different understanding of output and expectations and where they're at with their level of understanding. And so there's a whole ball of things that each of them have within their own little universes that you got to kind of understand first. Then go about looking at the swing and breaking it down and figuring out, what are the things, what's your blueprint? What's it going to take? And then connecting that to the goal, and then start to developing within each player's individuality. Well, what works best, and how does this process play out based off the situations? Because these are 3 incredibly different golfers, different in age, different in physical ability and structure, and you name it, different in levels of understandings and prior educational levels, approaches to playing the game, expectations and wants for the game. Like, you couldn't find a wider range of variety. Yet, I know how to handle every single situation here, and I can't wait. Man, this is exciting. This is going to be fun. So bring yours. At least come and work on your short game. Like I said, maybe the complete thing's not in your wheelhouse today. That's fine. Red Zone Challenge. We should be working hard right now on gaining an incredibly higher level of understanding with not only what your handicap is, that's the important part. What are you truly capable of? And then within the scope of that, what's it going to take to get it better? Is it just simply doing it better when you're out there? Quality time versus quantity? Or is there some important learning to be involved? And if you're a lower end scoring player, then that means you definitely need some more technique for sure. If you're at the higher end, it's probably just measurability and accountability factors that need to be built in. So can't find out unless we can work with you, though, folks. That's how this goes. So let's get that set up. Come on in, no matter what. I mean, valuations first, but after that, then we can focus in on short game and attack the things that can be done, and then put the swing major overhauls type stuff off to the winter. So anyhow, as always, go to the comment section. Please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share it. That helps me a lot, and I appreciate it. Twitter, P45KDG, and then Gmail, P45knuckledown@gmail.com. Hit me up, questions, whatever. You reach out anytime. I am here. I'm off for the day. On to do some other golf stuff, and then be ready for this afternoon and this evening. It's going to be a fun day, folks. Hope you have a good day out there. U.S. Open coming at us. Ooh, it's almost here. Let's rock and roll. All right. For now, that is Ryan Carpenter with No BS Golf, presented by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Take care, folks.